So we are officially live. Welcome aboard. Those of you on Facebook, all of you who are tuning in by way of YouTube, welcome to Leadership TKO. This is a stream. This is a conversation that's had every Monday and every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, by yours truly, Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. Now, listen, if this is your first time here, welcome. I want to introduce myself. Again, I'm Dr. Cousin. Some people call me Dr. L. This is my husband, Keith McKnight. We've been married for over 18 years. And we have two beautiful children whom we do homeschool, and that's Lacey and Omari. And so we are full-time network marketing professionals, and we are wealth building coaches. And so with Leadership TKO, this is a conversation that I have every Monday and Wednesday, and we have a mission here with this brand. Yes, we have a focus, we have a vision, and the purpose behind Leadership TKO is to empower men and women, to empower wealth builders, network marketers with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So what I want to do before we even get started, yes, before we get started, I want to make sure that I invite my colleagues, those who are on several other groups and other platforms. I want to invite them on to tune in. Join me now on Facebook as I am live. Okay. And so we have a special topic we're going to be covering right now. And so take a look at this topic. I believe it's very, very important for each and every person who is serious about their future. And that is, we're going to be talking about solid gold or digital gold. Solid gold or digital gold. I know you may be saying, well, Dr. Lakeisha, what do you mean by digital gold? We're going to talk about strategizing your portfolio balance. And so I want to let you know before we even dive into this content tonight that I am not a financial advisor. Neither am I going to be providing financial advice. This information that I normally share on Wednesdays regarding money, regarding wealth, has a lot to do with my experience and what I've learned from my mentors throughout the last few decades. So you don't want to miss this because I've learned from the best. And speaking of the best, I'm talking about leaders like the late Dr. Ty and Mrs. Valerie Best, who are now with the Father in heaven. I've learned from the best. And so we're going to talk about strategizing your portfolio balance. And so as you come on in, I'm going to put this out here. Don't forget to let us know in the chat the city and state in which you're watching this from. And as you tune in, as you drop in where you're from, I will definitely acknowledge those of you who are here with me. So here is our objectives, what we're going to be focusing in on tonight, what we're going to be covering. I'm going to be helping you to understand the foundational characteristics of both gold and cryptocurrency. Okay, gold and cryptocurrency. We're going to be talking about that a bit more. We're going to examine the benefits and risks associated with each investment type. And then you're going to learn strategies for effectively balancing these assets, gold and cryptocurrency, in a diversified investment portfolio. Now, this is again based on facts, based on my own experience that I will be sharing this information. And I've been involved, I've been securing gold for quite some time and other assets. So feel free to take note, feel free to ask questions in the chat along the way. Totally up to you. But let's just get into it a bit because we want to start with a foundational overview. Gold has actually been a valued asset for centuries, okay? Known for its stability, number one, and its reliability. So when we talk about gold, we're talking about how stable it is, how reliable it is, especially in times of economic uncertainty. So when things are not clear, when you're not really sure which way to turn, what decisions to make, when it comes to money, how to protect it, gold has been a focus for many experts, financial and economic experts out here. And so you definitely want to do your homework on it. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. On the other hand, cryptocurrency represents the frontier of digital finance. It definitely offers high growth potential and increasing acceptance as an investment asset since its inception just over a decade ago. Okay. So there's some history behind gold. There is some strong research behind cryptocurrency. So these are valuable assets that many people throughout the world are adding to their portfolio. But why acquire gold? Why do people invest in it? Why do people acquire it? Well, gold is often seen as a safe haven, a safe place, a safe option during volatile market conditions. Okay, it's considered a safe option. Now, it's a tangible asset, something that you can touch, that historically holds its value and provides a hedge, right, against inflation, meaning it protects your money from inflation, and it makes it a stabilizing force for your investment portfolio. That's why a lot of people enjoy it. They enjoy it because of the fact that it protects your wealth, point blank and period. And so that's why people love to acquire gold. Now, let's talk about cryptocurrency on the other hand. With cryptocurrencies, it offers significant growth potential. Their market adoption is increasing both as a medium of exchange and as a focus of technological innovation. It does provide opportunities for substantial returns despite how volatile it may be at times. Now, it really depends on what's going on in mainstream, what's going on in the news as to how, volatile, meaning how it fluctuates up and down in value. So, this is just some things to consider when it comes to cryptocurrency. And again, it's all a matter of choice as to what assets you desire to have a part of your portfolio. But there are risks that we need to consider. Okay. There are associated risks when it comes to gold. Because while gold is stable, it's not without its risks because prices can fluctuate based on market conditions. And physical gold requires secure storage solutions. So if you don't have a secure place to store your gold, you might have a problem. And moreover, it doesn't offer the quick gains that more volatile assets like cryptocurrencies might provide. So it really depends on what your focus is. If you're thinking about protection, that's what gold and other precious metals is for. However, if you're looking for a quicker gain in terms of growth of your assets, then you may want to consider other assets like cryptocurrency a part of your portfolio. Yes, there are risks also associated with cryptocurrencies, as I've already alluded to. Okay, cryptocurrency investments can be highly volatile. Now, the prices may experience dramatic fluctuations. What do I mean by that? We're talking about the value of it going up and down, rising up and down. So there may be times where cryptocurrencies rise in value, such as what's going on with Bitcoin. It may have what we call a bull moment where it rises, bull meaning going up, or it may have a bear trend when it's going down or decreasing in value. Now, they are also subject to regulatory changes and security risks, such as hacking. I don't know if any of you ever experienced this as you may watch this live or the replay. Please understand there are some people out there on the blockchain in this cryptocurrency blockchain space who may not have your best interests at heart. And so there are things that happen like hacking, which can impact market value and investor confidence. So these are just some things to consider and to take note of because they do happen. But you do want to have a balance, strike that balance between gold and cryptocurrency. The key to leveraging the strengths of both assets lies really in diversification. So adjusting the ratio of gold to cryptocurrency in your portfolio based on your risk tolerance, and market performance can provide a balance between stability and growth. So, for instance, let me give an example. A conservative wealth builder might favor a higher percentage of gold, someone who's conservative, whereas a more aggressive wealth builder may allocate more to cryptocurrencies because they don't mind the risk. They don't mind the fact that cryptocurrencies can be volatile going up and down in value. Now, as you're diving into this space a bit more of, looking into gold and looking into cryptocurrency, there are some tools and resources that you may want to consider. So, utilizing tools such as portfolio trackers can help you monitor your investments and make informed decisions. Now, platforms like Coinbase for cryptocurrencies and even Bullion Vault for gold. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Coinbase, it is a very centralized platform, meaning it is government regulated or over, people in the government are regulating. They're watching over it, that particular platform, Coinbase. And then you also have Bullion Vault for gold. And they offer reliable ways to purchase and store your assets. But you do want to stay educated through resources like financial news websites and even investment courses, which is also crucial for you. Now, how do we prepare for what lies ahead? Okay, it's important to stay adaptive. As digital currencies become more mainstream and potentially begin to stabilize, while new technologies could affect gold markets, adjusting your strategies can actually, be essential for maintaining a balanced investment approach. I know that's what I do. I like to pay attention to what's going on in the news. I like to look at blogs. I like to pay attention to different journals as it pertains to God's money, gold, okay, and silver. And I also like to pay attention to what's going on in the crypto space. So my eyes are open, my ears are open to what's truly, truly going on. So as we're wrapping this up, I just want you to know that integrating both gold and cryptocurrency into your investment portfolio can offer a blend of stability and high return potential. Now, start by assessing. This is how you want to do it. You want to start by assessing your risk tolerance. Can you go with something that's a bit more volatile like cryptocurrency, or do you want to be conservative and hold more gold, or do you want to have a blend of both worlds? Totally up to you. But you do want to educate yourself on both asset classes and begin with a balanced approach that's suited to your financial goals. It has to be suited to your goals and really to your goals alone. Okay. So you really have to look at and really assess what's truly, truly best for you. So we're about to wrap this up. And as I always conclude these conversations on Mondays and Wednesdays, listen, whatever you enjoyed the most, let me know in the chat. And if you haven't let me know where you're tuning in from, don't forget to put that in the comment section. So you want to drop your city and your state and even your country. For those of you who are outside of the United States, you also want to drop that as well because that can be very, very helpful. I like to connect, I like to network with different people. And so I do see that Sabrina Lockert's tuned in. I see you. And if you haven't liked the video, you haven't loved it, give this stream a heart. Go ahead and do that for those of you on Facebook. I see a few of you who are still on here. Now, if you're someone tuning in, and I'm connected to quite a bit of ambassadors. I'm talking about kingdom ambassadors. I'm talking about spirit-led men and women. Not someone who know about God, but somebody who is walking with God. I know there are quite a bit of you who do that. And if you're someone who believes in building wealth and generating passive income God's way, you're tired of doing it your way doesn't work. You realize that your way does not work and you want to do it God's way. I'm inviting you to take a look at and look into the Wealth Inner Circle. It's a group of spirit-led leaders who wants to build wealth, who wants valuable, legit sources of income. If you're saying playing games is over, If you know that 2024 is supposed to be your year and you want to connect with strong spirit led leaders, drop a WC in the chat. That's right. Drop a WC. If you're tired of playing games, drop a WC if you want to learn about the wealth inner circle, because we are standing on Ecclesiastes 11 and 2. We believe in the importance of having multiple sources of income. Okay, because we know that there are many evils that comes upon the land, and that is upon the land right now. And so we know the importance of that. Now, here is something else I have to pause and give a little bit of time to. How many of you, and this is a valid question, I want you to be honest with yourself. I want you to think about this to yourself. How many of you watching right now, you know, you need, no, there's no question, you need a financial breakthrough. Like, you know that having a job is not it. You know that you need a viable plan for retirement. You know that working until you die is not what's in store, what God has planned for your life. If you know that that indeed is the truth and you need a financial breakthrough, you don't mind somebody paying you to get a better education, to get a kingdom education. You want to understand Jewish wealth building? Do you want to understand more about the banking system scam? Uh-oh. How about understanding cryptocurrency and really trying to be renewed, transformed through the renewing of your mind so that God can have a breakthrough come through you for your family? If you know that's you, I want to invite you to a live webinar that's taking place tomorrow night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. If you need a breakthrough and you want to join me on this webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m., like, you know, you have to be there, because so far what you've done this year has not given you the results that you deserve to see. I want you to put a $ in the chat below, because I'm going to make sure you get the webinar details for tomorrow night. I want to make sure you are front and center on this webinar, because you deserve a breakthrough. You deserve a breakthrough. You know it. You know that this is your season. You know that God has predestined you to be more, to do more, to accomplish more. But what you have, the resources at hand, is not it. If I'm talking directly, if I'm in your house, if I'm talking about your situation right now, put a $ in the chat. Put a $ if you're serious. For those of you who are going to be there tomorrow night, you know who I'm talking to, Tasha and Dr. Pat, whomever. If you know you're going to be there, put a $. And everybody else who wants to be there for this webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be led by a man. He is a man of God who has a heart for the people. Pastor Lonnie McCowan out of California is going to be giving this webinar tomorrow night. And if you know you need to be there, you got family members who need to be there, a mother, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, you know somebody right now in the front of your mind, an adult child who needs to be there, you need to put a $ in the chat right now. You need to put a $, because that webinar tomorrow night needs to be packed out. It needs to be 500 plus people on that platform. And so for those of you who are going to be there, you need to be inviting people. You need to be saying, look here, you need to be here for the webinar. And if you catch this on YouTube or wherever you watch this, you can still inquire. You can still ask. Okay, we'll still see if more information can be provided for you, but we don't want you to miss it. Live presentation where you can ask questions. Tomorrow we are going live. And this is not an MLM. This is not another cryptocurrency project. This is not a stock and mutual fund project. This is not a real estate project. This is a kingdom project. This is a God ordained project. And I know that you're listening to this and you're watching this for a reason. right? It is a divine moment where you are supposed to be here receiving this information and learning about this project called KEEPS, Kingdom Economic Education Platform System. And so if you want to build wealth, if you want to experience life and life more abundantly, because God has provision for your assignment, but it's when you link up to the right people. And I believe that you are linking up to the right person. It's not by happenstance. I don't believe nothing happens by chance. I believe it's a divine moment. And so it is your time to be involved, to be here in this moment. Okay, in this moment. So you're more than welcome to join us for this live webinar tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Set an alarm clock. You don't want to miss this and what information is going to be shared on the platform by Pastor McCowan. You do not want to miss it. Okay? You don't want to miss it, period. Period. And I'm here for a reason, just sitting here for a reason, because man, you need it. You just need it. And I know that it's going to be a blessing to hundreds, if not thousands of people around the world. So just stay tuned. For those of you who put $ in the chat, I'm going to personally make sure that you have the information for that webinar tomorrow night. Okay. So I'm going to be getting back with you tonight to make sure you have the webinar details. Now, here is something else that is a part of my portfolio, and it really shook my life. Some of you are, how should I say it, procrastinating on this opportunity here. Some of you have seen the advertisement or at least me talking about it. And we're talking about a legacy wealth solution. And yes, I'm not just somebody who talks the talk. I'm walking the walk. I'm a participant. I participate and I advocate for this project. Okay. And this is not a project that costs thousands and thousands of dollars to get involved. And let me tell you something. People are making withdrawals of retirement type of money out of this project. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Because this is based on contracts, smart contracts. Okay. This is the longest running crypto project ever. Period. Longest running. All a person souls into this project is the very least of $100 worth of Bitcoin. So it's not 100 USD. It's $100 worth of Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. And this is compounding on automation. Okay. And yes, it's a crypto blockchain type of project. But let me tell you something. We just talked about in the conversation today the importance of diversifying. And this is a great way to diversify. So if you want to learn more about this legacy wealth solution, feel free in the chat right there below. Type in the number 100. Type in the number 100. Some of you have the information already. You're just sitting on it. And let me tell you something, time is really money with this particular project. Okay? So if you know that you want to get with this, you want to get started, you need help, perhaps maybe finding out the best place to get your Bitcoin, the best place to really get it sent over. You need a little bit of guidance. I get it. I understand it. Let me tell you something. You can acquire at most about 50 contracts. And let me tell you, by the time that contract is up, you're going to be one happy person. You're going to be one happy person, let me tell you. Okay? That's all I have to say about it, okay? I'm not going to overhype it up because it speaks for itself. Now, we just finished talking about gold, and the way that I acquire gold in this season, the way that I acquire gold is through this company here called At Cost. This is how I acquire gold. I partnered up with this particular group of leaders, and it's proven to be well worth it. Well worth it. They're in this soft launch phase, and it's just a beautiful thing to be able to acquire God's money to protect your wealth from inflation. And so if you want to partner up with me, you want guidance on how to get involved with at cost, just type in the words at cost, ATCOST. Type in at cost right there in the chat. If you don't have God's money, whose money do you have? You might either have the government's money or you may have the people's money, which is cryptocurrency. But if you have a whole lot of the government's money, that speaks for itself. That's cash. Cash is nothing but a receipt, and you're holding on to receipts of somebody else's money, the government. So it depends on what you want to do. You rather hold on to the government's money, or would you have more of God's money or the people's money? It's really up to you what you decide to do. But type in at cost in the chat, and I'm going to make sure that you get some information and you learn how to start acquiring God's money for yourself. Okay? Now, here's the deal. Facebook sometimes likes to control whether your account is active and whether you're able to share certain information. And let me tell you something, I don't like it. I don't like it 100%. And this is the reason why Leadership TKO, we have our own private community. It's called the Champions Corner, and our community is on Telegram. So if you want to take advantage of these benefits that you see here on the screen, if you want to join us a part of the Champions Corner, because champions is what we're all about, that's who we are. If you believe in the importance of personal growth, community support, exclusive content that I don't share on Facebook, nor do I share on YouTube, if you want networking opportunities and real world success strategies, in the chat right now, under the sound of my voice, go ahead and type in the letters TKO. Type in the letters TKO in the chat, right there in the comment section. And I'm going to make sure you get the link. You click on the link. You got to make sure you have Telegram downloaded first, okay, that you have an account. And then you click on the link that I give you, and you can join the Champions Corner community. Okay, so type in TKO, and I'm going to make sure you join us because you don't want to miss it, right? You don't want to miss it for sure. So what did we talk about already? Look, let me go back over some of these things we discussed. Again, the webinar of this month that you don't want to miss, going on tomorrow night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss this webinar. Put that $ in the chat if you need the information. Okay? Put that $ in the chat if you need the information for real, for real. And I'll make sure that I circle back around. I'm going to come right back to you, those of you who are commenting in the chat area, and I'm going to make sure you get the details for this webinar that's happening tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And we went over this legacy wealth solution where there's a live actual replay video of withdrawing $400,000 from this opportunity. And all it takes is $100 worth of Bitcoin. I know you may not understand Bitcoin, but you can get guidance. Okay, you can receive guidance. So if you want to learn about this solution that only requires $100, okay, you want to put the number, just drop the number 100 in the chat, and I'll make sure information comes your way. And then we also said, protect your wealth with some gold, God's money. Type in the word at cost, 2 words, at cost. Okay, type in at cost if you want God's money. You're tired of collecting those receipts, that paper cash, that let me tell you something, that lost its value. Every dollar is only worth 3 cents, by the way. I just want you to know. Most people, and I apologize if this is you, but most people go to work 40 hours a week or more for 40 plus years only to retire on 40% of an income that was not enough in the first place. And you holding on to those receipts. It is a receipt. Okay? A receipt for the real money, which we're supposed to continue acquiring, which is gold. But that's for a whole nother conversation. If you want to understand how to get your gold, how to get it at the best cost, type in the words at cost, and I'm going to make sure it comes your way. All right. I'll make sure of that. And then the Leadership TKO community, I would love for you to be a part of the community. Drop the letters TKO in the chat, and I will give you that link for sure. Just make sure that you downloaded the Telegram app onto your phone, that you signed in. Okay, that way you'll be able to join the community. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up because I know I've been here long enough having this conversation. Anybody enjoyed this conversation tonight? Drop some fire emojis for those of you alive on Facebook with me. If you enjoyed the conversation, give this conversation a heart. Give it a heart in the chat. Throw those hearts this way. I appreciate your attention tonight during the Leadership TKO show. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege just giving this information to you live from Chesapeake, Virginia, right? Live from Chesapeake, Virginia. And so we're looking forward to coming back and sharing more information with you this coming Monday. Okay. And I might actually do a quick little live video tomorrow for those of you on Facebook. So you definitely want to stay tuned. I may come back live and do something, just a little something tomorrow, because that webinar tomorrow is so important. It is so, so important. So again, everybody, until the next time that I come back and I speak with you, I want to encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night and God bless.